I'm Idiotac, and today I'm going to give you my review of Rocket League for PC. So this game came out of nowhere, honestly. Yesterday it suddenly got a lot of attention on Twitch and a lot of attention on YouTube, and now it's the second best selling game on Steam. If you ever saw the episode of Top Gear where they play football with cars, or soccer if you're American, it's kind of like that, honestly. It's just playing football with cars. If you don't like football, you might not really like this game, but it's really fun, honestly, and it's a great concept, and for the most part, a very enjoyable game. However, I do have some concerns about longevity, and there are some technical issues right now. I have both good and bad news. The good news is that it performs incredibly well. I was getting 60 FPS the entire time I played this game, not a single drop, and I was recording with fraps. That's pretty impressive, and considering it's an Unreal game and a lot of games have been coming out in the Unreal Engine recently that don't run well, I'm really happy to see this. There's also a lot of options in the options menu, so if you're running a low-end or mid-tier system, you can have tons of options to change and tweak things to get things running well for you. So I'm really happy here, no complaints at all, I'm really happy to see it. Thankfully, someone released a game that works. Yay. The glaring issue is that the servers don't work, so I guess they didn't get everything right. If you're interested in this game for its online component, don't buy the game right now. If you saw people playing it on Twitch or YouTube and that's what appealed to you and you wanted to play it online with your friends or whatever, you're not going to be able to do that. I went to bed last night, I thought I'll give the developers a chance to fix it, I won't put out the review straight away. I got up this morning, I tried it again, it still doesn't work 12 hours later, so yeah, no indication of when it's going to be fixed. I will update this video with an annotation when it is. I'll also let people know on Twitter, you can check the Steam forums, etc, etc, but right now, don't buy the game if that's your interest, because you won't be able to play it and you'll just be frustrated. So I was impressed. When I played this game for the first time, I was a little shocked at how nice it looks. Now sure, it's not The Witcher 3, but it's a good looking game, and for the price I wasn't expecting this level of visual polish. The animations are good, the particle effects are good, there's tons of car options, lots of customization options, there's this really cool grass physics, there's crowds, the lighting in the game is exceptionally well done. Everything about it comes together to create this incredibly well crafted, very well polished visual experience, and it adds to the sense of tension and gameplay. I love it. I think it's a really, really good looking game, and overall I was very impressed. The music is a bit weak, if I'm honest. Now, it could just be personal preference, but as far as I can tell, it just seems like a bunch of generic house tracks, and when I'm in the middle of a match, I didn't even notice if it was playing. I mean, that's how ineffective it is, you know? So, not really that impressed by the music choice. The sound, on the other hand, is great. It punctuates key moments in gameplay, and that's what sound should do, you know? When you score a goal, or when you boost, or when you, like, destroy another guy's car, that all sounds great, it feels great. So if you're the kind of person who turns music off in games, you can go ahead and do that here, but I'd recommend you leave the sound on, because it's pretty well done. The game currently offers online matches with a ranking and online leaderboard system as far as I can tell, but I haven't been able to play it, obviously. The single player exhibition matches versus the AI, and season mode, where you'll face off against a number of AI teams in what is essentially a tournament format. It's not that exciting if I'm honest, and I would have liked to see more done here. It's a pretty wacky game and it has some pretty over-the-top themes, but when it comes to the game modes, it's just pretty standard football, and it surprised me a little. Another problem is the limited map pool. There are only 4 maps, which are repeated with some weather and time of day variations, and not only that, but each map is kind of identical. There's no mechanical difference between them. I would have loved to have seen some variety here, and some additional mechanics to make each map more interesting and keep things fresh and add strategy to the game. One thing worth mentioning is the progression system. Essentially, you earn XP during matches for performing various feats, such as hitting the ball first or scoring a goal. This XP is used to unlock new cars and cosmetic items, and as far as I can tell, everything you do unlock is cosmetic only and doesn't affect gameplay. It's a nice touch, and it's good to feel rewarded, but I would have liked to have more control over the unlock system and what I unlock each time I level up. As currently, it's just a linear progression path. What is here is good, it's well made, and it's fun, but it just feels like there's not enough of it, and I'm concerned about its longevity, honestly. It might seem a bit obvious for me to have to say this, but at its core, Rocket League is just a game of football. The mechanics are virtually identical, it's just in car form. Now, the key differences are the speed at which you navigate the field, which is not only due to the fact you're in a car, but also due to the fact that you have a boosting mechanic. Essentially how this works is there are a number of pads spread across the field that regenerate your boost meter, essentially. Most of these only regenerate a small portion of your boost, but there are some found on the outside of the map that give you a full recharge. Now, that might seem like a simple enough mechanic, but it adds some much needed strategy, and you will be making use of these almost constantly during a match as a result. Another key area of difference between the standard football game and Rocket League is your ability to perform acrobatic moves. You can jump, double jump, flip, and these all allow you to score goals and defend against your opponent. Again, this might seem quite simple, but when combined with the game's excellent controls, although keep in mind, this game recommends a controller, not the keyboard and mouse, it creates an experience that rewards player skill, and that's a really good thing. Another thing worth mentioning is the fact that each match is only 5 minutes long, and that's great, and I'm really happy they chose to do this, because it helps speed up what can be quite a boring format. Overall, I think the design is handled well, and the game is incredibly fun. However, there are some issues that I need to point out. The first issue is map design, and I kind of mentioned this before, but currently, as I stated, they're effectively the same as one another, and I feel this is a missed opportunity. I would have loved to have seen some more mechanics added here. It might seem like an odd comparison to make, but Heroes of the Storm uses its maps to add mechanical variety to its game, and I would have loved to have seen something like that done here. Another issue is the unlocks themselves. They do nothing in terms of gameplay. It could have been nice if each car had some kind of special ability, or they were better at some things than others. Yeah, it would have added some additional balancing concerns for the developers, but it would have also given the game a lot of depth, and it currently doesn't have that. There are a few other minor complaints I have, but the core problem here is that the game, while being really fun, doesn't really offer enough to retain players into the future. I honestly believe this game would have been a better free-to-play game. It could have ensured that the community was still alive a week from now, they could have sold cosmetic items easily, and it would have allowed for the continual development and addition of new maps and modes, which honestly the game sorely needs. Essentially, what is here is great fun, don't get me wrong, and it's well crafted. But there just simply isn't enough of it, and I fear that in a few weeks from now, people won't be playing this game anymore. I am really happy to finally be able to recommend a game to you guys. I don't get to do that very often, honestly, and this game, it's got a lot of problems in terms of its content, the servers don't work, and don't buy the game until they do, by the way. But what it gets right is just making simple, raw gameplay mechanics feel satisfying. I felt tension when I played this game, I wanted to win, and I was sad when I lost. And that is a good game. If I feel that when playing, and I want to do it again, and I want to score a goal, and it feels great when I do it, then they've done something right. I think it's a great game, and for the price, which is $20 US, it may be a little steep for some of you, but if you can afford that, I thoroughly recommend you check this one out. That was my review of Rocket League for PC. If you found this helpful or useful in some way, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, like, favorite, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.